Yeehaw! Happy Wine Wednesday, Canadian.
Yeah, happy Wine Wednesday, everyone. Carl's Wine Club members, Canadian wine lovers, all of you across the country. Welcome. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. It's the happy hour,
It's Wine
and
Wednesday.
we are happy. So happy hour on Wednesday. Here you go. Hey,
So,
that's going to be another great hour of chat about Canadian wines. What is going on in Carl's Wine Club world? What are we celebrating this week? What are we getting ready for next week? So a lot's going on, lots of cool stuff. And we tasted again a lot of great wines last weekend, especially with some friends over. And yeah, so we're going to talk about today, especially. This is the day that we have the voting open for the Ontario Winery of the Year and the BC Winery of the Year, the Members' Choice Award. It's back with the popular demand.
so
Last year,
when you hear that cha-ching, that means a member just voted for one of the wineries. We'll talk more about that in a second.
There you go. Yeah, no, from the to the popular demand. Last year, Mira had, sometimes someone has something in mind and it's very clear in her head what she really want to do. And to be honest, I was pretty skeptical at that time. Let's backtrack like 13, 14 months ago. And she wanted to do this person, on the other side of the screen, Mira wanted to have the vote, like she wanted the members to vote for their favorite winery. So finally, we made it happen last year, and we came up with the Members' Choice Award, and it became really, really popular. And it turns out that we traveled across the country with winemakers from this side of the country. Like we created something pretty darn cool overall, right? So now we're back for year 2 of the Members' Choice Award. How exciting is that, Mira Boucher?
It's very exciting. Well, here's the thing, actually. I think that this idea of the Members' Choice Award happened in a Wine Wednesday live like this, and it happened live. And then when we brought it up again, one of the members said, hey, you really should do that. And you should have one for Ontario and one for BC so that we can do a party at the wineries that win. Because what's an award without a party, right?
I guess, eh?
So that's what we did. It was Bryn. I think Bryn Hall out in on Vancouver Island. It was Bryn that had that idea.
That's totally possible. I don't remember how exactly everything started, but I know that we ended up traveling all the way to Niagara with Rob Amersley and his wife, owner of Black Market Wine Company. We ended up hosting Marcel Morgenstern and Lou Puglisi from Bellaterra Winery here in the Okanagan. That was supposed to be a cool idea to let the members vote for their favorite winery. Turned out to be a freaking cross-Canadian partnership. And this week, we are talking about something even crazier to make a pan-Canadian wines. But this is another story for another conversation. But yeah. Un beau bonjour en français à tous nos amateurs de vin francophones au Québec, en Ontario, partout ce qui se parle français. On vous souhaite un bon mercredi. C'est notre mercredi Wednesday Wine Happy Hour. Comme à toutes les semaines, on parle de qu'est-ce qui se passe dans le monde du vin, de qu'est-ce qui se passe dans le monde de Mira et Carl, de qu'est-ce qui se passe à Carl's Wine Club, qu'est-ce qui s'est passé en fin de semaine passée, la semaine passée, qu'est-ce qui se passe aujourd'hui, puis la semaine prochaine. OK? So, cette semaine, c'est la 2e édition comment est-ce que je peux bien dire ça en français? OK, on va le traduire. Le Members' Choice Award, le choix des membres. Donc, on a envoyé un email à tout le monde. On a sélectionné 3 vignobles de la Colombie-Britannique, 3 vignobles de l'Ontario, puis on voulait choisir lequel qui devrait être nommé le vignoble de l'année dans chaque partie du pays. Donc, une initiative qu'on a commencée l'année passée qui a tourné dans une petite idée qu'on voulait juste laisser les membres voter pour leur vignoble préféré, que ça a tourné que on a eu une collaboration nationale de deux vignobles, notre vignoble de l'année de l'Ontario qui a commencé à collaborer avec le vignoble de l'année du BC. On a fait un party à chaque place. Donc, pour les 10 prochains jours, le vote est ouvert. Vous avez reçu un email. Juste à voter, lequel que vous pensez qui allait être votre choix pour le vignoble de l'année en Ontario et en Colombie-Britannique. Donc, un beau bonjour à tout le monde, à Pierre Nollet, à Simon, à tous nos membres en français, à tous les membres qui nous suivent à toutes les semaines. On vous souhaite un beau bonjour. Lâchez-nous pas. On adore ça que vous soyez avec nous autres. Donc, un beau bonjour, un beau mercredi. Here you go.
Very good. Hey, do you guys remember who won last year? I show the little announcements. So the Members' Choice last year, we were just talking about Black Market and Bellaterra. So that was last year, and that was from 2021. And this year, we're just about to announce the shortlist, aren't we? So you guys,
we sure are. We sure are just about. So we went around, Mira and I. Mira pulled the list of everyone, all of the wineries that we featured last year, every single one of them. And according to her count, well, guess what? There was 42 wineries that we featured last year, plus let's say another 5 or 6 from couple of other flash thing that we did with the Syrah pack and the Rosé pack. So we're close to 45, 47 wineries that we featured some wines last year. So we shortlisted 3 from Ontario, 3 from BC.
And I think it was Jean-Denis that asked last time, are we going to allow a winery to win 2 years in a row? And we decided no, because we're always going to love Black Market and Bellaterra. And
always. There's always going to be a very, very special place in our heart. And also, we know, and all of the members. How many freaking members of Carl's Wine Club are now members at Black Market and at Bellaterra, right?
A lot.
So,
the votes are coming in. I'm going to have to turn this down. Sorry, it was kind of exciting at first, but yes.
Keep it going. Keep it going, for God's sake, because we want to know. Like, you're gonna give us a little update before the end of the show. So let it ching, please. Let it ching. It's just kind of a good stimulation. I love the feeling of that noise.
Yes. So if you haven't yet, check out this link. I'm gonna drop it in the comments and help us vote for the Winery of the Year. Members' Choice, because like we said last year, we threw a party at each winery, and I think we want to try and do that again. It's pretty fun.
Your mic is quiet. Your mic is quiet apparently.
Oh yeah,
Mike is commenting that he can barely hear you.
Oh no. Okay, I'll come
Mike,
in.
that's me. I hijacked Mira's mic. No. She's gonna try to figure it out. So what I want to say is, at the end of the day, we've loved working all of the 45 wineries that we've worked with last year. Let's say there's at least 25 to 30 of them who are amazing to work with. We're building some amazing relationship. But like Mira always says, it's not all about us. We are in this business. We are doing what we are doing because we're member-centric. Everything we do, it's about the members. Everything we do, it's about to involve and include our members, because without our members, there's no Carl's Wine Club. So this is a very important part of what we do, to give you guys the choice of who we want to have for the next year, the Carl's Wine Club Winery of the Year from Ontario and from BC. It's the voice of our members. So it's really, really cool.
Yeah. And Mike, I hope I'm louder now. I don't know. We'll see in a sec.
There you go. Keep it going.
All right. right. So I'm going to drop that link in the comments for the voting. And then we're going to chat a bit about who these wineries are. Oh my God, I'm spilling wine.
Oh no. Oh no. That's gonna make it
Anyway,
for a very good blooper. Nice blooper for the next year. How about you put me on a solo on the screen for the next couple minutes? And
I would like to, but I can't. So you'll have to do that yourself.
okay, boy, we have a nice background. We have a nice background here, like that fireplace. So here we are. So we have shortlisted 3 of our favorite, well, I won't say favorite, 3 of the wineries that we think that provided one of the most outstanding customer service, an outstanding quality of wine, and then an outstanding interaction with our members. So this is basically the 3 main criteria that we looked at while reviewing the entire 45 wineries that we've dealt with last year. So no, Back Market and Bellaterra is not going to be in the listing for a reason that we just talked about. So after reviewing the whole lineup, we have shortlist. I know that I'm going to wait for Mira to be ready to jump on the keyboard.
Well, I can hear you and all. I don't have a mouse. So it's like this is all wet. So I can't use my mouse.
Okay.
I will in a second.
Okay, so now that's mean we can put anything on the screen, right? That's what you're telling me.
Well, I will in a second. I'll fix it in a second. I'm just gonna go on my phone.
Sure. I can talk. I can talk for another X amount of minutes that you need.
Well, you go ahead and announce the.
You really want me to? Did you have any visual for each of the winery? Do you want me to start? Do you want me to start with Ontario or with BC? Which side of the country should we start? Or
we have more people tuning in from Ontario, as far as I can tell. So let's start with Ontario.
Okay, let's start for Ontario. And for you guys who are tuning in tonight, okay, do you have an idea? Do you have names who come into your mind of wineries that we have featured in the last 12 months, but in 2022, that is material to be Winery of the Year, Members' Choice Award? Please, come on, throw some stuff in here in the comments. Like, I need to have some.
It's funny because if they followed the link, they will know.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay.
Spray, good one.
There you go. See? Anyway.
Last year.
Eh? Okay, but I'm losing Mira here. I think that the wine, that's probably the Viognier. The Viognier is big, bold, and 14% alcohol, a little sticky. So apparently the Viognier from Hillside Estate has destroyed our technology here. So yeah. There you go. So the voting is on. The voting is on until March the 12th, until Sunday, March the 12th at noon Pacific time. So we have 10 days. On the 12th, on Sunday the 12th, at 4 o'clock Pacific, so 7 o'clock Eastern, we're going to announce the winner. And we probably going to have the owner of the winning wineries joining us live, and we're going to start planning parties. I guess that's what's going to happen. So for Ontario, Mira Boucher, I'm giving you the first name to unveil.
All right. I'm just going to go to our link because I don't want to mess it up. So I just dropped it in the comments. Can you hear me okay, Carl?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You sound Viognier a little bit, but you're good.
I'm a little Viognier, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So for Ontario, Sue Ann Staff Estate Winery.
There you
That's our
go.
first
Choice number one, Sue Staff Winery. And if I can say why, because Sue first and foremost, hosted us, all of us, with a bunch of great people last year. She made our very famous grilled cheese sandwich, but also she dig down in her library to offer Carl's Wine Club members a freaking amazing library, a Riesling library release. Who was one of the most freaking cool feature that we've done since we're started. So I think, and Suan is just freaking awesome across the board. She like I love what she does. I love the way she does it. I like her passion. I like her personality. The Ontario wine industry will not be the same without Sue Staff. So Sue Staff, choice number one. There you go. Mira, choice number two, please.
Yes, our second runner-up or like nominee. Okay,
Nominee, thank you. Yeah.
shortlist for the Members' Choice 2022 is Mouchadre. And we have to thank Mike LaPlante for introducing us to this winery, Mouchadre.
So Mouchadre Vineyard from the Lake Erie North Shore appellation. Again, just like Mira said, thanks Mike LaPlante for introducing us to Melissa Mouchadre, one of the Mouchadre sibling who are taking over this awesome Italian roots, Italian style of winery operation. So Mouchadre has been one of the most popular offer that we've done last year, and we also did a flash feature in the middle of the year. Again, just like Suan, right? Melissa, awesome to deal with. Super customer service oriented, really freaking Italian, authentic, and their wines are not only well priced but freaking fantastic. So I think for us it was clearly an absolute no-brainer. So nominee number two, Mouchadre Vineyard from Lake Erie, North Shore appellation.
Yeah, and like you say, Mike, they were a surprise winery for a lot of members. A lot of people don't know Lake Erie North Shore is actually very warm, and they can ripen things like Syrah. Like they're even doing some experiments with like Nebbiolo and Barbera out there, and really great value, really great
Absolutely.
value.
I think like their Merlot at $22 or like the Cap Sauv. I remember blind tasting Glenn Fawcett,
yes,
former owner of Black Hills Estate here on the Black Sage Bench last year at the Winemakers Cup with the 2017 Mouchadre Cabernet Sauvignon. And I absolutely blew his socks off with that. He couldn't figure it out. Anyway, they have surprising wine, they have delicious wine, they have well-priced wine, and the family is pretty freaking awesome. So nominee number two, Mouchadre Vineyard. Daryl's just joining us. Daryl, we're talking about the Members' Choice Award 2023, the second edition. So
before you go on your trip, Daryl, we need your vote.
Yeah. So,
yeah. So who's the third choice from Ontario then?
You go ahead.
It's Vineland Estates. Actually, I think Vicky, you guessed it, and you guessed it right. So,
and I think this one was really a no-brainer. Absolutely a no-brainer. We have developed an freaking awesome relationship with Brian Schmidt, president, CEO, and like the host, winemaker, vigneron, name it, of Vineland. A vital part of the whole Ontario. He's on. There you go. He's on. So Brian, friend of the show, as not only an outstanding lineup of wine, but a unparalleled passion for what he does. He does it a very special way with some deep belief on what he does. Mr. Cabernet Franc. I think from the first time that I met Brian, first time we tailgated together, I knew that this guy has the same level of passion, of like even higher than what we do. The connection was absolutely amazing. His portfolio of wine is off the chart. The value proposition is incredible, and his contribution to the Canadian wine industry is unparalleled. So, yeah, our nominee number 3 is Vineland Estate Winery. Here is for our 3 Ontario Members' Choice Award nominees: Sue Staff, Mouchadry Vineyard, and Vineland Estate Winery.
There you go.
Need a break. Can I have a sip? By the way, we're sipping.
I have a drum roll. I have some music. I got this music. I gotta get better music. But we do need a drum roll.
I need a sip. Okay, by the way, I'm sipping on the Ramada Bench Viognier here. Hillside Estate from the veteran winemaker Kathy Malone, 2021 vintage. This is big, bold, and juicy.
You bet. And that's exactly the wine that I've spilt all over my keyboard here. It's actually quite sticky when you let it sit on a keyboard for a while.
Actually, it's over 14. It's over 14% alcohol. Not unusual for Viognier, and especially for 2021 vintage in BC. The heat dome early in the summer, it was an absolute mess how to manage sugar level, acidity, and alcohol. So Kathy did a great job preserving acid, but a higher percentage of alcohol. So yeah, that Viognier is a little sticky. So I can just imagine you're a keyboard right now. Yeah. Mike, you know what, Mike? This is the week after Bachelor feature, right? By the way, we had a conversation with Mary and Thomas today, and this is just, Mira, can you please I want to share that moment with the members, because sometimes we put our heart and soul doing features, and sometimes it blows up and everyone goes for it across the country. Not everyone, but a lot of members support that feature. Sometimes it just doesn't go according to plan, and we're like, darn it, right? These were great points.
People are on vacation, or the email
timing, or yeah. But tell us a little bit about your conversation with Mary
this time. I think it was awesome. I think in the sense that you guys were super receptive. Everyone opened their emails, and you guys all found out about Bachelor and really embraced this brand, because I think it's an amazing, amazing project what Thomas Bachelor is doing. So anyway, I had a chat with his wife, Mary, this morning, and she said how pleased she was that our members are so supportive of their winery. And she was just so sweet about all of that. And they're working through getting our wines out this week. So I think for them being such a small winery, it's just really Mary and Thomas. They were really impressed by the level of support from members. So I just wanted to say shout out to you guys. Cheers.
Cheers. That's awesome. Building these relationships and all over the country. So yeah, that was really, really cool to get that praise from Mary and Thomas this morning. So shout out to our members. So now we have our 3 nominees.
To Mike's point, this is why there's so many wines behind Carl, because
all of the Bachelors are behind me.
their lineup, they make 27 wines, right? So from 3 varietals.
And Thomas made a point to send a couple of extra bottles of different things that were not in the feature, so I can taste even more stuff. And so yeah, it was pretty awesome. So yes, there's a lot of wine. The aftermath of Bachelor, but there's also a nice hillside here, and there's also something that I'm going to sip on right after. It's because should we kind of like said to everyone that we're going to feature Hillside next week. uh, so this Cab Franc from Hillside Estate is a wine club member exclusive, and this is going to be part of the package next week. And this is a really cool, it's a Cab Franc. It's a really Cab Franc.
Yeah.
Can I say that?
Even me, who doesn't know a lot about wine, I smelled it. I was like, this is very Cab Franc.
And I really I started to laugh. And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, yeah, it smells like Cab Franc and it tastes like Cab Franc a lot. I'm like, I freaking darn hope so. But
See, this
yeah.
is why we love you, Brian, because Brian is the king of Cab Franc. Like, he makes the most amazing Cab Francs.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'll take 6. So he's so supportive of other wineries too that are exploring
and this is single vineyard Cab Franc from the Normanda bench. I already rated it 92 points. This is fantastic, pure, really focused, but also there's a generous texture. It's medium body. It's not overpowering. 2018 vintage. So now it's getting right in the midst of right on its prime. So yeah, really cool Cab Franc. So we're gonna sip on it right after. Now
I gotta tell you something. You know how I spilled the Viognier all over my keyboard?
Yeah.
My keyboard is now drunk. Look at this. I try to type and it like jumbles up the words. So that's why I'm not drunk. But the keyboard.
Oh, that's where the
I'm seeing all these weird characters. That's why.
Hey, Clay. Good evening, Clay. Welcome back. I've seen that you're back to Osoyoos for maybe a few days, so hopefully we can connect. Great to have you on, Clay. Yes, we love Hillside, and this bag that Cathy Malone put together is kind of a rock star lineup. She gave us like the 2022 vintage, like the pre-release of their unoaked Pinot Gris, the 2021, a 2020, a 2019, a 2018, 2016. Just I have a line like one bottle for each vintage. It's really cool the way that we selected the wine for next week. So really, I'm really excited. So now,
speaking of BC.
We have announced our 3 nominees for Ontario Winery of the Year Members' Choice Award. Now, Mira, who is the BC #1 nominee?
Well, there's 3 of them in no particular order.
Yeah.
But the first one that we actually featured of these 3 last year was Maverick. So Maverick is our first nominee from BC, Maverick Estate Winery.
Maverick Estate Winery, I have to say, and I said it when we did our top 10 wine of the year, it's the first time that the winery really hooked my business partner on one specific wine. Mira fell in love with the Bush Wine 2019, but the lineup of Maverick, the first offer we've done last year, was off the chart. The service, Janik at the tasting room, is really good. The whole team, always, they're just, I don't know, they're forward thinking, they're open-minded, they have an outstanding customer service, the location, their lineup, pretty much everything. So we enjoyed working with Maverick from day one, and this is a well-deserved nomination. I believe that it's a real gem that we have down here in the south of the Okanagan. So located on the Golden Mile. Maverick Estate Winery is our first nominee.
Woohoo!
Nominee number 2
is Da Silva, right? I can almost see them from our window here. They're right across from where we are on the other side.
On the bench, from the Normanda bench, Da Silva Vineyard. Listen, right? That's like Richard Da Silva is just such a freaking specimen, just such a cool guy with such a cool understanding of the valley. His family has been farming the valley since since the 50s, and he knows. th- So when we talk about like Brian Schmidt, he's a vigneron in the pure term of the world of the word. If we look at Thomas Batchelder, Thomas is a vigneron. Same thing with Richard. Richard is the farmers first. Richard worked the land first. He grew the grape first. Yes, he's an outstanding winemaker, but he has an incredible knowledge, deals with different vineyard across the valley, but really highlight in a beautiful way the expression of each of the vineyard that he works with. We love the winery. We love the lineup for sure. Twyla and Richard are amazing people, and they have a pretty darn cool restaurant at the winery too that we really really like. So yeah, and I know that members really 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 enjoyed their brand when we featured them. So I think that yeah, it was a
We
no
did come in
brainer.
late fall, and I would say that we had one of the most amount of wines purchased as Christmas presents right after that through the
Yeah,
club.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. A lot of our corporate use the Silva as their core of their choice of gift this year. So yes,
Yes,
Vicky. Well,
and Vicky was with us when we fell in love with one of their Pinots, hey?
absolutely, absolutely. So the Silva is nominee number 2, and who's nominee number 3, Mira?
Lakeside Cellars.
There you go, all the way down to a Soyuz. Lakeside Cellar is it's one of the wineries that members from back east especially keep reordering all of the blue. I get emails all year long last year, even again a couple weeks ago, people emailing, Carl, we need more Lakeside. We need more Lakeside. We put orders and orders through Lakeside.
Lots of by the case kind of stuff. You know when members love a winery because they come back and say, I need like 2 cases of this.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, Carl, can you please arrange me? Like last time was 5 cases. Carl, I run out of Lakeside. Can you please send me 5 cases of Lakeside? I'm like, wow. Oh yes, Vicky, you're right. Lakeside is the only one to grow and do single varietal Saint So. Absolute freaking lace. Saint So Rosé was part of my top 6 rosé from BC last summer. It was number 2 actually after Daniel Bonterin Tractor and Vines Pinot Noir Rosé. So their Saint So Rosé is off the chart. They do the Portage White and Portage Red at $21 and $23. White and red blend was like, holy moly. And when I think in the midst of the summer, when I think Sauvignon Blanc from BC, I think Lakeside. They make an outstanding Sauvignon Blanc sparkling. They make an outstanding Sauvignon Blanc straight varietals, and everything is well priced. The Provenier, who won Lieutenant Governor Award for in BC, is a Bordeaux blend at what, at $35. Outstanding Syrah for $29. So they are well priced.
I'm pretty sure, but still really great value.
No, Mira, I think they're one of the rare BC winery with tax in their pricing on their website, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh wow.
I believe so.
Cool.
So anyhow, Lakeside, again, the team, especially Noelle, who's in charge of the marketing and the sales, she's such an amazing person to deal with every time. And I mean, their owner,
Randy and Danielle.
yes. What's his last name again? Why am I blanking here?
I'll tell you, but my keyboard is drunk, so it's hard to know.
Yeah, forget about that. Anyway, great team, great ownership. Right?
I can't type anything.
Oh my God, we're running into a disaster here.
Yeah.
So this is our 3 BC nominees for the Members' Choice Award of this year, BC: Lakeside Cellar, Maverick Estate Winery, and the Silva Winery, and the Silva Vineyards and Winery. And I like that Richard is very specific to put vineyards first, because it's the mission of the winery. But anyway, our 3 nominees for BC, our 3 nominees for Ontario. Give us your vote. Tell us what you do. Tell us what you think. These are 6 outstanding producers, but there was a lot to choose from, but we went with some people that we thought that will represent each and every region properly. So now, if any of the winery owner are listening to us, feel free to send the link to your fans. Feel free to post it, to do a post about it. Feel free to just send the word out there, because if you're chosen, if you're the winery who's going to be voted, we want to throw a party at your winery. So that can be cool. So
I was able to get us a couple quick little things that are kind of fun. So I don't know how many of you guys were at these events, and it might be kind of fun to see what we did, but we did an event out at Black Market, right? Last June 3rd, I think. And like Carl was saying, the Black Market people, when they found out they'd won this Members' Choice Award, they said, yes, we'll do an event at our winery, but we also want to meet the Ontario people that won. So they flew out to Bellaterra, and the Bellaterra people, of course, said, well, if they're flying out to see us, we're flying out to see them. So we did a swap, and they all met each other. It was so cool. So this is the one.
We'll talk about some of those specifics as we get into each of these wines.
So that was the sort of pre-event, right, where we did a vertical, Carl.
So what we did a library vertical of the Syndicate, the flagship wine of Black Market, all the way to the first Syndicate that Rob ever made. So we had 6 bottles of Syndicate line up, and we all tasted side by side with the play-by-play by Rob, owner winemaker, telling us information about each and every vintage. We had the chance to taste it side by side. It was a pretty, and we did a pig.
And we'll talk about some of those specifics as we get into each of these wines.
So we had an amazing pig roast from a local chef in Caledon. It was.
Oh wow, that looks incredible.
Sorry about not. That was freaking awesome. We have Yannick Nadeau here is just tuning in, and Yannick was with us at Black Market last year. He took a couple of days off from Vancouver and came and spent some time in the valley with us. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah, so that was I totally got that, Brian. No worries. But yeah, it was Rob and Michelle from Black Market that came out with us, and then when we went out to, oh well, wait a second. First, this is what it looked like in the room. Okay, in the tent, I should say. So we almost got rained out, but then the weather cooperated.
On June 24th. So we have nice big roast right there, and we're gonna start by maybe cutting the top off of that little bottle here. We're going to start with a nice Frizzante by Black Market Wine Company. This is the Secret Society. Don't ask what's in there. It's a secret. Maybe if you ask this guy, maybe we'll tell you what's in. Rob, do you want to pop? Lips. Do you want to pop the first one up? Sure. Yeah, there you go.
Oh my. No pressure.
What's my target?
You guys want to part? I have some
Thank
roast.
you.
Here we go.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
So they're
but the
about
thing that we don't
5 of us
see,
under that tent.
the thing that we don't see on the video is we're sitting between the vines. We set it up the tent over 5 rows of vine. So the people are sitting between rows of Merlot, 27-year-old Merlot vines. That's pretty freaking cool.
It was really cool. One thing we didn't think about, okay, when we were like, oh, it'd be so cool to sit and eat and have dinner in the vines. Like, how do you get up and down those aisles? That's the problem.
So we couldn't. We realized that we couldn't. There was not enough room to walk between the vines and the chairs. So we had to pass the wines, the food, the thing. Everything was passed.
Well, it was really family style, very family style, but it was a lot of fun.
It was absolutely amazing. So we had a thunderstorm, a shower in the afternoon. Well, in the afternoon, an hour before the vertical VIP tasting started. When I said like a shower, like we got flooded. The winery,
It was like a monsoon.
the crush pad got flooded. You see me with my suit and my shoes. I was freaking soaked when the dinner started. Anyway, but that was a heck of an experience. I guess that there's nothing. Yeah, like my feet were so freaking wet. And you see in the background, you can see the cloud. The cloud are floating over Skaha Lake. It was just magic. When the rain stopped, it was incredible. It was incredible.
It's really cool.
So yeah, so that's the party that we threw at Black Market Wine Company. There was 45 of us, and it was an incredible experience. The party went all the way to probably like at 11:30 at night, and it was an absolute blast.
Yeah. And I have to say something. It was a private event because these are not the kinds of things that the laws in BC are very friendly towards. So, for instance, you couldn't have had most of the Ontario wines we had at that event because
We didn't have any Ontario wines.
Oh, we didn't. No, but let's say
No, we didn't. We didn't.
Well,
Maybe I brought a few bottles personally. Nothing was sold, right? So there was no sales. So
that's what I'm saying. It was legit because it was a completely private event. It wouldn't have been if it was like a public event of some sort. So yeah. Anyways, we ended up going out to Ontario where, you know, surprisingly or not or whatever, but it was way easier to do this in a more public way. They do have some rules in Ontario that let you taste wines from BC even if they're not through the LCBO, so that was kind of cool. And yeah, that was quite a bit bigger event. I mean, though we started right in the cellar at Bellaterra, didn't we? With the
we did a little mix of library tasting versus barrel tasting of, at that moment, the 2020 vintage was still in barrel. So we did barrel tasting of the 2020s, Merlot, Cab Franc, Cab Sauv, and Meritage. So we did that, and we also did some older vintage of the same varietals. So it was pretty cool to do back vintage versus barrel tasting. So we did a whole shebang led by Lou Puglisi and Fred DiProfio, winemaker and owner at Bellaterra. And at Bellaterra, we had what?
Sorry, that was my computer's going a little funky. Yeah, Bellaterra. That was the pre-event we did, right?
Yeah, exactly. That was the pre-tasting in the barrel room with Marcel. Yeah, I agree with you, Brian. Marcel is a freaking machine. Whatever you want to do something, everything is possible with Marcel. He's a go-get-it. He's a freaking warrior. He's a hustler. I freaking love the way he operates.
Yeah, totally. And then we ended up like in a much bigger event after, didn't we?
Yeah, we had 100 people for an awesome party by the pond at Pondview Bellaterra. We had some pretty big machinery as well on display, where one of
people were taking pictures with the with the tractor and
The harvester, the tractor.
and then
So
members were savoring wines. out
yeah,
of the
we had a
field.
savoring station. So it was a heck of a party. It was awesome. So yeah, so that's what our two winery members' choice Carl's Wine Club Winery of the Year will get is to organize an awesome party with Carl's Wine Club members and also the winery members, so everyone can meet. And yeah, it's all about building that community. It's the Canadian Wine Challenge. It's what we do together to make our Canadian wine industry stronger, and to send the message to everyone that drinking Canadian wines, it's not weird. Drinking Canadian wine is something who is everyone should do, because what we do is freaking good and it's freaking awesome. And it's in our backyard, for God's sake.
That's it, right?
So yeah, that's the Members' Choice Award.
Yeah, Mike's just sending me a video from Bellaterra at the event last year with somebody savoring a bottle. That is so cool, Mike. Let's see it. Woo! So much fun.
That was awesome. And again, I want to repeat it. Like, it was for me, it was a dream, because yeah, this concept of Members' Choice Award turned out by becoming a collaboration between a BC winery and a Ontario winery. We again, like this week, Black Market Wine Companies having conversation with Bellaterra. How they do things. Fred, winemaker at Pondview, communicate with Rob at Black Market on a regular basis. So how freaking cool is that? So yeah,
Cool.
we're looking for that this year. We're looking for that new relationship.
Amazing. Good stuff. I'm just looking at the poll results so far. I don't know if we should do a sneak preview because it's only been about a dozen members that have voted so far. But yeah, I can tell you that it's going to be a close one, especially for Ontario. Holy cow. So yeah, we'll give you guys some updates, some sneak peeks of this over the next couple lives that we do here. And then next Sunday, we'll be live announcing the winner. So that's awesome.
Yeah, next Sunday, we're going to be out there to do a little special show with the winner, and starting to take some ideas and talking about possible.
I love to say it's with the winner, but we're going to announce, like, might not be with the winner, because I'm like, Carl, you're going to give the winner like an hour on a Sunday to come on live with us? I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, okay, I guess maybe we'll invite the winner on the Wednesday, but I'm not there on the following Wednesday. That's a problem.
well,
But
that's
you're gonna be in charge and interview the winner that Wednesday.
yeah. Perfect.
There you go.
I've just put the link again. If you haven't voted, please go ahead. And as soon as I get a different keyboard, I'm going to hit send on an email. Everyone will get with that voting link too. So thanks so much, you guys, for supporting amazing Canadian wineries.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Mira. Thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for your passionate work.
So Daryl has a really good point. Grilled cheese sandwiches, that might have to become a thing, right? Like, because Sue-Ann, I mean, especially if she wins the Members' Choice, I think there will have to be many grilled cheese sandwiches being made. But yeah, the grilled cheese sandwiches and Sue-Ann's Riesling that she made, so good.
Absolutely. Thank you, Brian. Thank you.
You're the best. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, exactly. So here we are. So next month, so I want to talk a little bit about what we've done last weekend, because we had some guests over. We were asked It's a tough job we have sometimes. We got a bunch of samples from Black Market Wine Company, actually, who is looking for his next blend for the Secret Society.
Oh, that was
And we got some blending trial happen at our house last Friday, where we tasted different blend for the potential next Secret Society White. So that was a pretty cool pre-dinner that we had. We opened an outstanding bottle of Skaha Vineyard 2012 Merlot, who was silky, velvety as hell. It was really beautiful 2012 Merlot. It was outstanding. We had a nice bottle of Batchelder Pinot Noir. Also, we had an incredible, I really love, I need to post about that, 13th Street Gamay Blanc de Noir sparkling wine. Amazing. Gamay Blanc de Noir 2019 vintage was fantastic. I love the sparkling that Jean-Pierre Collard does from 13th Street. World-class job. So we tasted that. And there was another big red that, Rob brought a lost bottle of second fill barrel Merlot from the 2017 vintage that he had put together for his blend of the syndicate, that he lost that case and he found it like 5 years later.
the best
So
stories.
yeah, so we tasted that. It was super cool. So that was a cool, little cool Friday night, tasting some cool stuff from across the country. Also, this weekend, we started some tasting notes on Hillside Estates, and every time that I taste Cathy Malone's wine, I love what she does, the purity of her wine, the expression of the Naramata bench, because they are 100% Naramata bench fruit. Her Moscato Tonel is one of the signature wine that she does, and she does it so well. The 2020 is my favorite expression of the Moscato Tonel. We're going to have that in the pack. So we're tasting some Hillside. We're going to be at the winery this upcoming Monday. We're going to have some good footage for all of you. We're going to have an awesome interview, recorded tasting tour of Hillside with Cathy. We're gonna record that for you on Monday, and it's gonna be showcased on next Wednesday. So yeah, Mira, you have a
Is there an
question?
update, Mike? Yes, there will be very soon. The biggest update today was just that it was supposed to be launched this week, and we had another problem with it. I am completely blown away by developers and how they're very different minds than mine. So yes, we are very, very sorry it's taken so long for that archive to come out. But we will have a solution this week in some fashion. So it will come out to you for members that have purchased access to that this year, and you will get extra time with it well into next year as well on us. So thanks for all your patience.
Yes, no, we haven't forgot about that. It's in our mind 24/7. It's in our work every day. It's just sometimes we complain how ridiculous and complicated the legislation is about the wine and this and that. But sometimes just you have a vision in your mind and you want to replicate what's in your head on the computer.
And that can be very complicated too sometimes. So yeah, but
sorry, Mike.
We're going to find some way to do it, even if it's not as fancy as we envisioned, and make sure it gets in your hands this week.
So yeah, so there is another.
Sounds like we have kids or something.
Yeah.
There was that too, a few stomach blues, but yeah.
Yeah, so here is I think that's what we have. That's what we have for
Very fun
this
to
week.
see you guys. I'm going to go back to this Cab Franc. And we got some steaks on.
We got some steaks on. And we're going to finish that. So yeah, Members Choice Awards, second edition. It's on for the next 10 days. The vote is open. Get your vote. Send the link to your friend. Let's make it a big deal. I would like everyone who drinks wine in Canada freaking know about what we're doing. Freaking know that Vineland Estate, Mouchadry Vineyard, and Siouan Staff Wineries are our three nominees for Winery of the Year in Ontario, and Maverick Estate Winery, Da Silva Vineyard, and Lakeside Cellar are our three nominees for the BC Winery of the Year Members' Choice Award. Let's blow that up. Let's freaking make sure that as many people as possible know about what we're doing. And these 6 wineries are freaking world-class, fantastic, passionate, and their wines are world-class. So
Amazing.
with that said, thank you very
Cheers.
much, Carl's Wine Club members,
Good night, guys.
Canadian